For my day job, I get to work on applications involving tanks, satellites, missiles, helicopters. The nonprofit work I have working with students, I get to build race cars and go endurance racing. But all those other things in life, it's like black and white. And then when being a dad, it like adds full color to life itself.
We kind of fell into homeschooling. Vincey did kindergarten and first grade in a school system. He was gifted, but the school system had nothing for him at that age. And so it fell upon us to try and create an environment for him where he could explore whatever he wanted to explore.
And so we just boiled it down to the simple stuff and went for it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was an amazing experience.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all of our kids just excelled when they had the freedom to be who they were made to be.
It was neat to try and structure our homeschooling for what they needed and where they were going to go in the future. And I think that was one of the beautiful things that we got to do with homeschooling, was kind of form a niche for what it was that they wanted.
I have been a carpenter for 41 years. So I've been fortunate to work from home and be really involved at home.
My dad would mentor a lot of young men in his business, and he was using, the vocational trades, cabinetry, carpentry, general contracting to mentor young men. And then when I was getting into my teenage years, my friends and I then got to work with my dad on a pretty, regular basis, almost full-time basis.
It's very interesting, the relationship that develops when you work with them. You both make mistakes together. You both help each other fix your mistakes. You kind of sweat it out. You grind it out together.
Being able to grow up homeschooled and maximize the time I had with my parents, I think was a huge benefit to the success that I'm living through now.
It's the intermingling, the commingling of life and learning. They're not separate anymore. And so I get emotional about it because it's pretty cool, It's
Life.
It's life,
I went to engineering school because I wanted to go sports car endurance racing. That is something from a young age that I wanted to pursue. And I got the vision to start the educational nonprofit so that I could mentor young people the same way my father mentored young people. Sports car endurance racing by itself is a lot of fun, but it is a tool as a means to an end goal. And that end goal is to introduce students to very successful career paths with professional skill development and real-world industry experience along those career paths. After doing it for a couple of years, I realized the benefit potential in this is huge. And I wanted to leverage that with younger students as much as I could.
I had been given the whole, how could you homeschool? You're doing your children such a disservice. The proof of the pudding was that this wonderful experiment that we had done actually worked. And the beautiful thing with the homeschooling is that he had this focus. And yes, okay, the encouragement he received at home was, you can do it. But he took that as you can do it because his whole life at home, we were like, you can do it. You want to build this? Here's the stuff to build it. You want to do that? Here's the stuff to build that.
The freedom to be able to homeschool my kids is very important because I want them to experience the same success in life that I've experienced as a result of being homeschooled myself.
The freedom to learn the way you're bent, learn the way you are wired and what you're interested in brings so much more robust value to the human picture and condition overall.
I view homeschooling as a tool in a toolbox, and that toolbox is to build a future for my kids.
Our ongoing work to keep homeschooling free isn't for us, it's for our kids and our grandkids. Your commitment to homeschool freedom is an investment in the future. Will you join us in working to make homeschooling possible for generations to come?